Hello, now I'm going to show you how to create kit and assembly items. First I'm explaining you what are the differences between them. An assembly item is essentially a bill of material that consists of existing inventory items bundled into the package and sold under a separate item lookup code. There are two main differences between a kit item and an assembly item. The sale or return of a kit does not increment or decrement the quantity of the individual component. The kit item has an own quantity on hand information. When a customer buys an assembly item, store operations is updating the stock on hand information. The second difference is that when a cashier rings up an assembly item, they can modify the quantity or price for each item component. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to create first an assembly item and afterwards a kit item using the same components, and then I'm showing you how it's looking different when it's sold on the till. Let's get started with the assembly item. I'm going to put a basic fish tank set together containing the aquarium, a heater and a filter. Therefore I'm going for the database items, new items and assembly item. Give a lookup code and a description, a name. And then you're going to add the individual components. I have here the option to either create new ones or, as I would prefer now, to use existing components. For demonstration purposes, I was setting the quantity of my individual components to 12 each, so we can compare at a later stage. And the last item, the filter. Okay. As I said, you could use component price, which means you could put an individual pricing, but I'm using the retail price, so I don't use that option. And I basically just click OK to create my assembly item. My assembly item, as you can see, has no quantity and no price. Now I'm creating the kit item. To create a kit item, you choose first a new standard item, and then I'm going to change that to be a kit item. I'm just filling out the basics, so a lookup code and a name. And to show you also another difference, I should put a price in here that is a little cheaper in total than calculating the individuals. And to put the components together, I have to click on the Kit tab and to add. Now I'm going to add the same components. As you can see there, the quantity is still on 12. And I also need my heater. Okay. Now, this quantity is the quantity that belongs into the kit, so one component each, and very important, you have to click on build to build your kit. The number that you see here above 12 is based on the quantity for each individual component, how many kits you could build. I'm going to build only 5 kits. And I say OK. And as soon as I'm going to save my kit, the quantity will change the quantity for each individual item. Now, having a look quickly on those individual items, as you can see here, the heater now from 12 down to 7, and the same for the tank here, also down to 7, and the filter as well down to 7. Now I'm going to show you how it looks if you sell those items on the till. This, for example, is our kit. As you see, it appears as one item containing those 3 individual components, and that is my kit price. And now the other one. And the assembly item breaks it down in each individual component with the each singular price that we have originally in our database, and you could now change the quantity as you like, or the price as you wish, or even if the customer decides doesn't want to have that heater, you can just delete the component. So I wish you good luck, and thanks for listening, your PSS team.